Number 10. James Buchanan was the last president before the Civil War. He was also the last Democrat to win a presidential election for the next 28 years. As the party was always strongest in the South, they lost much political favor after the war. After Buchanan, the next Democrat-elected president was Grover Cleveland in 1884. Number 9. Buchanan was the first Pennsylvania-born president, and for most of the nation's history, he was the only president from the state. In 2021, Joe Biden became the second president from Pennsylvania. However, Biden established his political career in Delaware and has spent most of his life there. Buchanan was first elected to public office in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and returned there for the final years of his life. Number 8. Buchanan is the only president to be a lifelong bachelor. Many other Democrats, such as Jackson, Van Buren, or Cleveland, were single during part of or the entirety of their presidencies. But Buchanan had never been married. He was engaged at a young age, but after the engagement broke off, he never courted another woman. Some suspect Buchanan may have been secretly gay, as he was very close with another prominent bachelor in the Democratic Party, William Rufus King. Others suspect that he was simply too ambitious to focus on much beyond his career. Number 7. In appearance, Buchanan was 6 feet tall and broad-shouldered. He never grew facial hair, thus never had to shave. He was nearsighted in one eye and farsighted in the other. So to adjust his vision, he often leaned his head forward when speaking to people in an unintentionally deferential fashion, which made many people like him right away upon meeting. He was also known for his effeminate mannerisms. Number 6. Buchanan was the last president born before 1800. He was born in 1791 during the Washington administration. By contrast, his 2 immediate predecessors were born in 1800 and 1804. At the start of his presidency, Buchanan was 65, and to this day remains one of the nation's oldest presidents. He had a long career in politics, starting back when he was 23, and had desired the presidency since at least 49, back in the election of 1840. Number 5. Like Franklin Pierce, Buchanan was called a doughface, a Northerner with Southern sympathies. He was the son of an Irish immigrant and farmer, and as biographer Philip S. Klein puts it, quote, "His sympathies were always rural. Manufacturers and their problems he never understood. He was at heart an agrarian and never adjusted his thinking to the requirements of a growing industrial society." It's also suspected that his closeness with William King, a Southern senator and slave owner, may have influenced him. Number 4. A month after Abraham Lincoln's election, South Carolina became the first state to secede. Before the end of Buchanan's term, 6 more states seceded. Buchanan denounced secession, but claimed he had no power to stop it. He also blamed secession on, quote, "intemperate interference of the Northern people with the question of slavery in the Southern states." Number 3. Several members of James Buchanan's cabinet joined the Confederacy. Secretary of the Treasury, Howell Cobb, was one of the Confederacy's founding fathers. Secretary of the Interior, Jacob Thompson, became the Inspector General of the Confederate Army. Secretary of War, John Floyd, became a general, and Vice President John C. Breckinridge also served as a general. Number 2. In late 1860, the Prince of Wales visited the White House, becoming the first member of the British royal family to visit the United States. The visit was Buchanan's idea and was considered symbolic of an end to the hatred between the United States and Great Britain. Number 1. Few, if any, presidents have been so hated in their post-presidencies as James Buchanan. Though he remained loyal to the Union, he was widely blamed for the rise of the Confederacy. At best, he was called weak and aimless. At worst, he was branded a traitor who intentionally helped the South. He spent the majority of the time in his remaining 7 years defending his actions, saying that if he were president during the firing on Fort Sumter, he would have done the same as Lincoln did, and claiming that, quote, History will vindicate my memory from every unjust aspersion. Even to this day, however, Buchanan is almost universally considered one of the worst, if not the worst, United States president. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and donating on Patreon. Donations from $2 to $15 a month help towards more frequent uploads. Patreon link in the description below.